Yo, what's good, people, man? It's your boy Persona, gaming with Persona, one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And listen, guys, I got a nice video for you guys today that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be going through 3 different methods of farming in Octopath Traveler 2, which I feel these are the most optimal methods that you can use. You know, big shout out to Bari, man. He put me on to these methods as well with some of these methods. And then the other ones, you know, obviously through discovery and whatnot, you know, we got that done. You feel me? So, you know, the way it's going to work is I'm going to go through all 3 methods, and obviously there will be timestamps and stuff like that in the video to make sure that, you know, you guys can kind of jump around if you want to see the early game method, mid game method, or end game method. All 3 of these methods will be effective, you know, in helping you get to the highest of highest levels in Octopath Traveler 2, so that you can, you know, fight these bosses. You know, you might be struggling with certain enemies, you know, struggling with, you know, Galdira, you know, and all these other things, which I'm going to have a Galdira. I'm going to post up my Galdira fight later on today or over the weekend and whatnot, so you guys can see how I defeated Galdira. And I might even do a video kind of just talking about the armors and stuff like that. You know, big shout out to Bari with that as well, man. Me and Bari been like really talking and going back and forth when it comes to this game and different strategies and methods and the most optimal setups and stuff like that. So, you know, this game really is incredible. It really is amazing. So, you know, let's get straight into it. And, you know, definitely leave a comment if you got any other questions or stuff like that. I'll try to help you guys as best as I can. But, yo, let's jump straight into it. You feel me? I got a lot of saves, as y'all see, man. I got a lot of saves here. I want to go, let's do the save right here, see what's up. All right, so I've already beaten the game. As you can see, I'll show you guys real quick. Your boy did get the platinum. You know, platinum boys in the building, man. We definitely got that Octopath Traveler 2 platinum last night. Very happy about that and whatnot. You feel me? But what we're going to, and this is where Galdira is too. Like, this door will open. There's a certain mission that you got to do, side mission, and a series of side missions actually, and this door will be open, and this is where you would go in and fight Galdira, right? But let's get to the farming methods, right? So I'm gonna start with early game farming, right? Because I think that'll be very effective, especially if you got like 1 or 2 characters or whatever the case may be, and you know, you're trying to figure out how you can farm and all these different things, right? And you know, you're trying to get some levels on you so you could go to the other areas and get the other Octopath Travelers and stuff like that, right? So depending on where you start, who you start with is also kind of a bit important to a degree, only because, you know, if you're only on one continent or the other, it's going to be a bit tougher to get to certain areas. But I'll show you the method anyway, right? So it's early game and you want to, you know, get a little bit of levels on you. One of the things that you can do, I would actually also suggest, make sure you have all 8 Octopath Travelers, like really and truly. I know that's kind of like crazy to say or hard to say, but I think it's important to have a good number of them with certain things, because certain things you're going to have to do with some of the missions I'm going to show you so that you can, you know, get certain accessories, because what you're going to need is, let me go into, so you're going to need the Cape Powder accessory and the Octopuff Pot accessory. The Cape Powder is a bit easier to get than the Octopuff, depending on where you start in the game. But the Cape Powder, it raises the chances of encountering Kates, and you know these are obviously, you know, these are like special enemies that have super high evasion, super high stats, but they die very quickly, but they give big experience points. So having this accessory on increases your chance of encountering these type of monsters. Same thing with Octopuff Pot. This raises your chances as well, right? So you want to get these accessories so that you can put these on a character or a couple of characters and you know, be able to do what you do, you know, farm and whatnot. and farm these Kates so you can get some experience points, especially in the early game. So one of the first places where you can get the Kate accessory is in New Delsta. Let me see. Is it New Delsta? Yeah, it is New Delsta. Actually, no, I'm wrong. It's not New Delsta. I think it's Clockbank. Now that I'm thinking about it, let me see. Yes, it is Clockbank. So I already did the mission, so you know I can't. The guy is in here, but there's gonna be a guy standing here, and you'll be able to do a side mission. And essentially, the side mission is, he's missing. He lost his cat, so you have to help him find his cat. So what you have to do is when you talk to him and you get the mission, you actually have to guide him to the cat, right? So the people who can use guide is Temenos. You can hire with Particio. You can use Particio, you can use Agnea, or you can use Temenos. And there's someone else, or Chet as well, because you can you know, befriend them with the jerky, and you know, they'll follow you. So you can use any of those characters to guide him, and when you guide him, this is where his cat is. So you go up here, up these stairs, go into Clockbank Industrial District, right? And then you go this way, and the cat's right there. This is actually the guy right here. This is the guy that this person right here, that is who you have to guide. So obviously, like I said, I already did the mission, but the cat is right there. So what happens is when you guide him here, you know, obviously you talk to the cat, and then he's going to get all excited or whatever, you know, it's going to be some dialogue. And then when you finish this, you'll get the Kate powder accessory. That's the easiest. That's one of the easiest ways to get it. If you're super low level, is doing this side mission. And this side mission is in Clockbank, right? If you want to get an Octopuff accessory, so you can encounter Octopuffs. So essentially the Kates and the Octopuffs are like the super rare monsters where you come across them and they give you super high XP if you defeat them, right? So if you want to get the Octopuff accessory as well, you would go to Mount Wise, right? And go up these stairs, and you would actually talk to the guy right here. So this guy is a researcher, and he's trying to figure out how to speak to I think certain like amphibians or something, like somebody that could speak a specific aquatic language or something like that is what he's looking for. And so what you have to do is once you get this side mission from him, what's going to happen is you actually have to go. This might be the guy right here, actually. Let me see. Yeah, this is the octopus enthusiast. That's who this is. But I'm gonna show you where you can get him. So obviously he's already here because I already completed this mission. But where you can go to get him is in Conning Creek. So you go to Conning Creek, and you actually have to go to the tavern right here. And the octopus enthusiast, he's going to be standing right here. So what you have to do is guide him, right? And then when you have him in your party, you go back to Mountain Wise, run up here, you talk to this guy, and that's completes the mission. And that's how you get the octopus Octopuff accessory for the Octopuff, so that you can encounter them. So that's like the easiest ways to get those two accessories, so that you can at least be on the right track in early game to start farming Kates, right? So there's one more area. I'll show you the last area. This area is kind of tough to get to if you're not high level. I'll show you how to get there anyway, right? So for this one, there's going to be an accessory. I believe it's an Octopuff accessory. It might be a Kate accessory, but in Tropu Hopu, right? There is an accessory there as well. And the easiest way to get there, or the best way to get there, because I went there super early game to get that accessory as well. If you start at Ochet's village, you're already here anyway. This is Ochet's area where she starts. But essentially, you would want to go from Beasting Bay, and I'll walk all the way through so that you guys can follow along if you're playing and watching at the same time. So we skip that. So we want to go. As a matter of fact, let me put on invasive maneuvers so that evasive maneuvers, so we're not running into too many enemies, at least not for right now. We go up here. You go to the Western Tropu Traverse. Go upstairs. And we're gonna follow this along. I love the music in this game, man. Music in this game is so great. All right, and so we go down here, keep going straight, and that's how you get to Tropu. Now, if you have evasive maneuver skill, definitely put that on. If you got Oswald in your party, definitely put that skill on, because that's gonna help you get to some of these tougher areas without running into too many enemies as frequently. So definitely try to put that on if you're trying to get here as well. So this is where I believe you get another cape powder from, right? So the cape powder, so you're here in Tropu, right? You would come up these stairs, right? And so this lady right here, she's blocking the door, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change it to nighttime, and we're gonna use Orchet's ability, ambush, to put her to sleep. There we go, go on to sleep, right? You go inside, and then this gold chest here, this red and gold chest, when you open this, it's going to be a Kate accessory as well. So those are two areas where you can get Kate accessories. And the more Kate and Octopath accessories you have on, the higher your chances are of running into those more rare enemies, so that you can get the high experience points, right? So those are three areas that you can get the Kates. And, you know, now that you've got the accessories, you know, you can throw those on. I'll throw, you know, you can throw a cape powder on. You can throw 2 on 1 if you want. It doesn't matter. And then also the skills that you want to have on as well is support skills. So you want to have on more rare monsters, which raises the chances of encountering rare monsters. Equipping multiple will not add any effect. So you could just put this on, you know, because this is Orchet's ability, because this is a hunter ability. So you can, if you have Orchet in your party, which I suggest you do anyway, you can put this on her, right? We'll do fruits of labor, get rid of that. And then, you know, more rare monsters. And so what happens is, I forgot what I had on this. Price of might. I think it was the price of might. The price of power, I mean. So yeah, you got more rare monsters on, and then in the equipment, you have the cape powder, and you can put 2, because now you have 2. And then you could throw a Octopuff on another character or whatever. And then essentially what you do from there is you go farm. So you can farm in like a really low level area, so that we could do Canobrine. And so what you want to always do is have Temenos in your party. Temenos and Throne is like great people to have in your party, and farm at night. Because what happens is when you farm at night and you have Temenos and Throne in your party, they have special passive abilities at night. So one of the things that it does is it allows you to, it gives you like all these buffs and stuff like that. And oh, there's another move. You know what? I totally forgot. But also it allows you to flee much easier, because it's nighttime, and you have, so you're able to flee much easier if you don't come across the enemy that you're looking for, in terms of the Kates and the Octopuffs. But one of the other things that I just remembered is you also want, it would be a good idea to also get the inventor class, the inventor job, because the inventor job gives you an ability. So that's the inventor job. And the inventor job gives you an ability called a step ahead, which you want to have on all your characters. So what a step ahead does is, equipping this on a character, the character will act first at the start of battle. The reason why that's so important is because the Kates and Octopuffs, they have a lot of speed and a lot of evasion. So if you're running into them and they're able to attack first, they're almost always going to run, which is what you don't want. So in order to mitigate that, you want to have on a step ahead on all your characters that you're going to be farming with, because that allows you to act first, and you're able to do what you do in order to defeat the cakes all the time. And where you get step ahead, like I said, you get it from the inventor job. And where the inventor job guild is in New Desta, right? So you go to New Desta. You leave out of New Desta because it's not actually in the city, but the guild is very close. So we're gonna go down here. Oops. You know, let me put evasive. Let me put evasive maneuvers back on. Evasive maneuvers. So you're gonna go down here, right? Go up this way. Swing around here.
What to do?
And this is the inventor job guild, right? So you talk to this guy, and then you'll get the inventor class. And when you get the inventor class, I suggest you you know, put it on everybody and buy all the skills for that character so that you can get the passive skills and put a step ahead on everybody. You don't have to buy everything. I think you just buy like 1 or 2 of the abilities. If you don't have enough job points, you could just farm a little bit more, you know, enemies and stuff like that, so that you can get more JP so that you can buy it. But then once you have the step ahead, you can just put it on everybody. Once you like bought that skill for everybody with the inventor class, and then you're good to go. You're able to farm and kind of do what you do. And that's kind of like the early game farm. I know it seems like a lot because it's a lot of setup if you're trying to get into the run into the Kates and the Octopuffs quicker, but trust me when I tell you, it makes all the difference, right? Another thing as well is you want to make sure that you have soul stones or elemental stones on you as well. So where you can go for that is you can go to New Delta Harbor, Anchorage, right? You go here, and it's day. Let's do daytime, and then I'll show you what I mean. Because you want to get like soul stones. So it's like these soul stones that I have called oh, let me go to them. So you see like wind soul stone, light soul stone, shadow soul stone, thunder, ice, fire. So there's different types of elemental soul stones that you can use in the game. And what these do is they give you the ability to it's always going to be a guaranteed hit on the enemy. And like I said, with Kates and Octopuffs, they have very high evasion, so you can't use physical attacks on them. But if you use more magic based attacks and stuff like that, it's always going to be a guaranteed hit. So whenever you're fighting Octopuffs and Kates, you can use the soul stones, which is always going to hit, or you can use like magic abilities like Temenos' abilities. I would use, from my farming, I see that wind is the strongest. So maybe put Dancer on 2 characters that you're fighting, that you are farming with, and be able to use the wind attack on them and get some and kind of defeat them pretty quickly. But soul stones is definitely gonna be your best bet. Soul stone and magic abilities. So there's this black market that you can go to and buy those soul stones, because, you know, obviously you can get them from stealing from people, but you can also get them from this black market. So I'll show you where the black market is as well.
Let's go.
Run away from you. So this is the black market, but the only thing about the black market is you can only it's only at night. So if you go at night, you see them spawn, and these are different shops. So they have different shops, like a weapon shop where you can buy certain things, right? Certain accessories and certain weapons and things like that, and armor and all that stuff. But then if you keep changing it from day to night, it changes to like different vendors. So this vendor's got like, you know, some cool some cool, like, you know, items and stuff like that. But then that's not who we want. We want the 2 nuns. So you got to kind of keep changing it from day to night until you get the 2 nuns. That's not it. That's not it. There we go. So these are the 2 nuns, and the soul stones are here. So this is where you can buy a ton of different soul stones and whatnot. And obviously, like, the M is medium, means it damages more people. So it's got like more damage. So you probably want to like kind of prioritize getting some of these. But for starting out, getting the regular soul stones, you can stock up on these because they're much cheaper. And you can use that mixed with like magic abilities from the characters to defeat the Kates and the powders. And really and truly, that's all you need, you know. And you can kind of just start farming, you know, however you want, you know. So you know, that's kind of the early game farming setup. You know, I know, like I said, I know it seems like it's a lot, but it really is effective, and doing those side missions are going to be a lot easier once you you know, once you kind of get everything the way you want it. So that's the early game farm, guys. I hope that this helps you guys. If it does, you know, let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, once you have the accessories, you put them on and you kind of just farm. You just move around and farm until you run into Kates and Octopuffs. If there's no Kate or Octopuff, just leave. Like, don't waste time fighting those enemies. Just keep farming until you run into one, and then when you do fight it, get the experience, and then, you know, obviously just rinse and repeat. You feel me? But I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and you know, I'll see you guys next time. It's been your boy Persona, and I'm out, guys. Peace.